faster-than-light travel is central to the Battlestar Galactica franchise. But there are two major versions of how they traversed the galaxy in the TV show. The original 1978 series treated faster-than-light travel more like conventional spaceflight, where ships travel through space in real time. The problem? Faster-than-light travel in the conventional sense could never happen. We know this as fact. But in stark contrast, the reimagined, highly acclaimed 2004 series introduced the iconic jump drive, a system that allowed ships to instantaneously teleport by folding space. This revised system established critical limitations that required complex calculations, creating high-stakes drama around uncalculated, blind jumps. In this new Battlestar Galactica universe, ships don't use warp drives, hyperspace rings, or stargates. They use something more grounded and believable. They call it the FTL drive. It's the three-letter acronym for faster than light. However, the system isn't really faster than light, as the name suggests. It acts much more like a wormhole, moving a ship vast distances almost instantaneously. While Star Trek's warp drive stretches space like a wave, Battlestar Galactica's FTL system simply folds it, pulling two distant points together so the ship can instantly jump across light years of space. In the show, these jumps are nearly instantaneous. The ship disappears in one place and reappears somewhere else, sometimes hundreds of light years away, usually with the entire crew nauseated and disoriented from the sudden transition. What makes Galactica's FTL drive fascinating is how mechanical and analog it feels. The ship is old, creaky, and full of buttons, yet it can rip through the cosmos in the blink of an eye. The writers and designers deliberately made the technology feel industrial, a far cry from Star Trek's smooth touchscreens and techno-precision. Galactica's FTL isn't perfect. It takes time to calculate coordinates, and errors can send a ship light years off target or even straight into a star. This is why jumps are treated like high-risk events. The crew shouts out confirmations, double-checks equations, and ensures as best they can that the path they chose won't end in death. Even with near-magical technology, humanity still needs math to stay alive. In theory, the FTL system works through a principle similar to what physicists describe as folding spacetime or wormhole tunneling. Instead of moving the ship through space, it moves space around the ship. The Galactica doesn't accelerate to light speed. It stays still while the universe rearranges itself. Conceptually, this actually makes it more stable than Star Trek's warp drive, which requires energy to distort spacetime continuously during travel. The FTL jump is a single burst of energy that bends spacetime in one quick, violent pulse. It's like punching a hole through the universe instead of gliding across it. Of course, in real physics, there's a problem with that idea. Folding spacetime isn't easy. In fact, it's practically impossible with our current understanding of energy. The concept of a wormhole or a spacetime shortcut exists mathematically in Einstein's equations, but it would require something exotic called negative energy or negative mass to hold the tunnel open long enough for a ship to pass through. We've never observed such energy in nature, and if it exists, it likely behaves in ways we can't control. In other words, Galactica's jump drive sounds cool, but right now it's science fiction, sitting several centuries ahead of our capabilities. If you break it down further, the show's writers implied that the FTL system involves enormous amounts of power drawn from what might be a fusion-based reactor. Fusion is the same process that powers the sun, the merging of atomic nuclei to release massive energy. Unlike Star Trek's matter-antimatter reactions and dilithium crystals, which are more fantasy than fact, fusion is something we're actually working on. The International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor Project is an attempt to achieve sustained fusion energy here on Earth. If humanity ever achieves clean, controlled fusion, it could theoretically generate enough energy to manipulate gravity or even small space-time distortions, though small is the key word. Folding a few micrometers of space-time might take the power of a star. Look no further than a black hole, and the ungodly amount of mass and gravity it takes to actually bend and warp the fabric of space-time. One detail that makes the Galactica's FTL more believable is that the show treats it as dangerous and imprecise. The crew can't just jump anywhere instantly. They need exact coordinates, gravitational corrections, and real-time computer models to make sure they don't materialize inside a planet or debris field. Even with that, ships sometimes misjump, arriving in the wrong place or tearing their internal systems apart in transit. In physics terms, this feels right. Any real attempt to warp or fold spacetime would likely be chaotic. It would take extreme precision, vast computation, and the ability to handle errors that happen at light speed. The show presents this chaos in a way that's relatable. Technology that's godlike in power, but held together by human hands and duct tape. Could a system like this ever exist? Theoretically, yes, but with enormous caveats. Scientists like Miguel Alcubierre have proposed models of faster-than-light travel using space-time manipulation. He describes a drive that contracts space in front of a ship while expanding it behind it, creating a bubble that moves faster than light without technically breaking relativity. The problem, again, is energy. To make a 1-meter bubble move faster than light would take more energy than converting the entire mass of Jupiter into energy. And if you could make it work, the extreme forces and radiation around that bubble would vaporize anything near it. What Battlestar Galactica does brilliantly is to treat FTL travel not as a convenient button, but as an act of necessity and pure survival. Every jump in the series feels like a gamble. The crew trusts their engineers, their math, and some maybe even the gods, and then they leap into the void. Every FTL jump is, for lack of a better word, terrifying, and maybe that's what makes it believable. In the real world, every major technological leap, such as nuclear power, AI, or even quantum computing, has created the same emotional mix: fear and wonder. If humanity ever develops the ability to manipulate space-time, it might look less like Star Trek's elegant warp core and more like Galactica's flickering FTL chamber. Unpredictable, dangerous, and always one miscalculation away from disaster. It's a reminder that even in the far future, the laws of physics do not bend, and human error remains the biggest liability when traversing the galaxy. In the end, Battlestar Galactica doesn't ask or explain in detail how FTL works. It asks, what are the costs? Every jump burns fuel, risks lives, and takes the survivors one step closer into the unknown. Maybe that's why it feels more real than most science fiction. It understands that in space, technology doesn't save you. It gives you one chance to get it right. One more opportunity to say jump and hope you land somewhere safe and away from danger.